I don't know.
Stuff.
Welcome back to Daytime Live. Okay, so this is our segment of the show. It's called Chat. Now, I'm nervous. Bear with me. This video has been going viral. British comedian and content creator Ginger J crashes out during Trend Central's show BK Chat. Now, in this show, he says, and I quote, "Here is why I don't date black women. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place." Woo! That was a heated discussion. It continued and it left a lot of viewers in shock.
So another video was shown, which we also cannot hear, where Ginger J was speaking to the crew behind the scenes, and he said, "I don't like how my mother moves, so why would I pick a woman that moves like my mother?"
Yep. So what we're chatting about is fine to date who you want to date, but what about the disrespect to your own people? And we saw the video. I watched it in the full thing. In fact, it drew me over to that channel for the first time ever to watch what they're saying and what they're doing over there. I think we should take a moment to talk about, there's a lot of things to talk about, to unpack. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Go over to our social media, let us know your thoughts. If you've seen it, blah, 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 just leave us a message. So when I watched it, it's so interesting that I didn't see the off-air stuff when he said about his mom. Because when I watched him in particular, and this particular video, it was clear to me that he had issues with black women. It was clear to me that he didn't like the black women that he's experienced in his life. Now, when he further spoke about his experience, he said that when he was in jail for 11 and a half years, persons left him, they didn't stay with him, they didn't hold him up.
Oh,
you know,
you went deep into
I watched the whole thing, because when I saw it, I didn't want to be reactive, because of course, as a black woman, I was like, And when you're like, "Y'all black women don't like to be put in your place," I was like, because
Let me ask you
a man could never.
Let me ask you a question.
So nobody could never.
Why?
Because the only person, for me, the only person that can talk about my place is my mother and my father. They're both deceased because they raised me, and they're the reason why I'm here. And they're both, so outside of them, we can have a conversation about whatever we want to talk about and be respectful and not yell at each other and stuff. So I am with that type of thing. But no one's going to say to me, put you in your place. What does that mean? Where is my place? Beside you?
However,
holding your hand?
So perhaps that's what you need to define.
He needs to define.
No. Maybe you need to define it. If somebody can say, where do you think it is?
If I say to you, "Craig, don't let me put you in your place," where's your place? It
depends, I'm part of many organizations at the same time. And it's not something that I mind. I get put in my place many times. And I put people in their place many times.
I don't know what that means, put in your place. In the context of here. Now, for example, if I'm at work, I am not going to...
Trigger you? Why does it trigger you?
Because I feel like in the context of this conversation, for example, you're talking about the conversation of me personally.
No, but you watch the whole thing, so it can't be what you feel. Why does it trigger you? You can't tell me, say you feel like. You just watch it, so you know.
No, but that's what I'm saying, because I think I have different responses based on different things. For example, there's this guy, there's a panel of men over there, and there's a panel of women over here. We don't really know each other, because I think he was a guest. It's his first time, so we're not familiar. So when he's like, "Don't let me have to put you in your place," who are you talking to, sir? You're invited as a guest, I'm invited as a guest. We're both at the same place. If it's personally in my life, that's not the kind of language, that's not how we're going to talk to each other.
However, if he were asked in a calm tone, "What do you mean by my place? Where's my place?" Maybe he would have answered.
Okay. I love that you say that, because I think you're thinking of the king that you are.
I'm thinking that both of these people...
He was yelling... No.
Both of these people are clearly frustrated with whatever the situations that they have been in the past. They're clearly frustrated. And it leads him to stereotype, which is wrong, regardless of who does it. Even if you're doing it against another race, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing that black people have been complaining about for years. Like, because you were robbed 3 times and it just happened that these 3 people were
happened to Robbie today and we're black.
We're black.
Don't
Right?
say
It
all
doesn't
black
mean
people are
that all
robbers.
black people that wear a black hoodie is a criminal and is a thief. I get that. But it doesn't eliminate your frustration. Clearly he's coming from a place of deep frustration. And clearly she is too.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is, and it's because you haven't watched it, he articulated his issues. So it's not and this is why I think this conversation is not really the best one to have for this particular topic. This man clearly had anger issues. Like he was really like, he had to leave. The show had to end. So he was yelling at her, got out of his chair like he wanted to. You know, he was saying how his mother never did this. And so he had some issues personally that was not, relevant to the conversation generally.
However, I can speak as a man that has been misunderstood like this many, many, many times. It is not necessary that he's thinking about things as extreme as it might sound because of his attitude, you know, or because of how passionately he's stating it. It's not a must.
He was articulating. It was nothing. What I'm saying is, what he's saying was not inferred. You know, you can infer, like, because you're angry, I think you mean this.
But
he was very
naturally,
clear.
naturally, men are physical and animated people, human beings. We do that. We get excited, and you do that.
That's why I'm like, it's not a masculine thing or feminine.
But when I do it, it looks aggressive because
But when we as women do it, men say black women are aggressive too.
If I stand over you,
yes,
just like this, and I see it.
That's not what you see.
What you see? What I see? I'm saying is that these things are misunderstood all the time. But so, in other words, me going about my regular day, you know, I know you know me as very calm and very relaxed and very right? So you know me like that. But what you don't see is that it requires additional work.
It's called maturity.
No.
It's called when you are a man, you put down pitney things, pitney love, nyang, nyang, nyang. Women too. I'm not saying men. I'm saying people. Like, the point is, even us on this show, I am constantly on this show on opposite sides of something, of points. Okay, let me go back. We don't have a lot of time, so I can't go into everything I was going to say. This particular issue is not your issue. This man displayed some mental illness,
Perhaps.
some anger issues, a deep-seated trauma about his mother and the women in his life at the time whilst he was in jail, betrayal, hurt, and frustration.
But what you're not mentioning
is that personal.
What you're not mentioning is that none of the women on the panel did anything to change that.
No, babe.
In other words,
Craig, you never watch your thing. You never watch your thing. But watch the thing. On that note, I don't mean to cut Craig or T off because he has some wonderful things to say. Because it's going to look like him, I always cut him off. I am not. Our producer say time is up, so we're going to hopefully maybe talk about it at another time. Daytime, I'll be right back with a throwback video from Terror Fabulous and Nadine Sutherland. We'll soon come back.